Oh, what's up?
Hello. Test.
How do we
1,
start
2,
this
3.
thing?
Test. Oh my God. Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. Oh my God.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
All right. We recording? Okay. Everybody, welcome to the BRB podcast. My name is Jim.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is your first time on
Yes,
the podcast?
this is my
How
very
that
first
possible?
podcast.
You've just been like trying to avoid it, or what's going on with you?
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid it. No,
I mean, I don't blame you.
That sounds right.
This thing's a mess.
yeah. I was traveling for a long time too, so I've been
That's
out
cool.
of the loop.
Have you watched any of them?
I watched Joe's.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
So she doesn't support.
BRB.
She
Apparently
doesn't
not.
support the BRB. She also doesn't like and subscribe.
I've actually liked and subscribed on like 3 different channels. So. I've done my part.
Awesome. So tell us what happened to you at the grocery store.
Oh my God. So Joe's making dinner and she doesn't have any basil for dinner. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to the store, babe. Don't worry, it's great. Go to the store, grab a bunch of other stuff because I can't ever go to the store for one thing.
No.
And I go to checkout, self-checkout. I'm doing my thing. And it flashes red at me. The whole thing shuts down. Red light above the self-checkout thing starts going off. And it's like ID check on. Yeah.
Like
And I'm
you've got something that you
I'm
shouldn't have.
I look at my stuff and I'm like, I don't have any alcohol. You can't even get it at the commissary. And this guy comes over and he's looking at me, and he's looking at my bags, and he's looking at me, and he looks back at the machine, he looks back at my bags, and he looks at me and he goes, do you have basil? And I was like, yes! How do you know I have basil?
What the fuck?
He's like, is it dried basil? I was like, yes! It's like, yeah, the kids are smoking it, so we have to check IDs now. And I was like, for what?
fucking
He's like, you have to be
insane.
over 21 to
fucking
buy
insane.
basil at the store.
So
So the kids.
so in 2018 so far we have Tide Pod eating
And kids are smoking basil.
and kids are smoking basil.
Why aren't they just having sex? Like,
Yeah, just
why
go,
are they not doing
just
what
go,
we were
just
doing?
go fuck. Yeah, like
Because they're
That's what we were
terrified.
doing.
They're terrified of having
And drink
kids, so
alcohol.
they don't want to have the sex.
Okay.
There's too many people in
They're just
Condoms
gonna
and
get
birth
high and cut and snuggle and gonna call it good. That's what they're gonna do.
you're not gonna get high on basil though.
Apparently
They think
that's
they're
the
getting
thing.
high. They're gonna be like that kid at the party in high school who has like a shot and like half a shot, and they act like they're wasted.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
You ever seen the reverse of that? Like, you ever actually gone to a party where there is an actual punch bowl and somebody spikes the punch bowl?
Oh yeah.
I was at
That's
a
how I got drunk the first time.
Really?
And I didn't know.
didn't?
I was in 9th grade. I was at my cousin's bridal shower, and they had 2 punch bowls. One had fruit, one didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the one with fruit.
That sounds right.
Yeah, of course.
Was it sangria or did they just like throw?
It would no.
Just like
you
apple.
don't know my family.
Like Everclear is in there.
was fucking
yeah,
Everclear.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
And I was drinking it, and I got shit faced. And
So were you
You
like?
couldn't taste
why
that
do
it
I feel
tasted
funny?
it
funny?
tasted funny, but I was like, yeah, whatever. Everyone else is drinking it, and no one caught me until I was.
You were
drunk.
on the floor, like you were
Yeah.
you're like the room is spinning and I feel funny.
Yeah, I did that at my cousin's bridal shower, so I got my shit together.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's
Yeah.
good. Bridal shower's classy.
You know,
we was
Again,
at a,
my family,
I was at a
real
party-
classy.
I was at a party probably it was like 2004 maybe. And there was this kid. He was like the most innocent kid I've ever met. His name was Seth, and he had like the blonde hair, the most milky white skin. He looked like an albino. Okay.
It's like Macaulay Culkin.
And he had never done anything bad in his life. And then, and he's just like sitting there drinking all this punch, and everybody kind of knew, but nobody didn't want to stop him.
That's fair.
Like everyone was just like, oh, that's drinking the stuff. Does he realize? And we're all like, let's just see where this
Fuck
goes.
it, let's see what
And then by
happens.
the end of the night, he's like laying on the floor in the middle of the party, singing songs. I don't even know what songs because I couldn't really tell what they were.
So it's like that scene in Can't Hardly Wait where the geek kid jumps like on the stage and starts singing Paradise City, because that's exactly what I imagine.
Basically.
Yes!
Only he couldn't.
I love
He couldn't
that scene.
stand.
That's the
He
best
couldn't stand,
scene.
and we just
It
let
is.
it
It's
happen.
an excellent movie.
That is one of the best nights.
In retrospect, irresponsible.
Oh, horribly
A bit
irresponsible. As an
irresponsible.
Yeah,
adult,
but those are the best
that is
stories.
bad.
Come out of being
for sure.
horribly irresponsible.
Well, yeah. All my good stories come from me being horribly irresponsible.
That
Yes.
sounds right.
Nah.
The last party I was at was my birthday party in October, and it wasn't even really a party. It was one of those grown-up ones where we're like, we're gonna just like drink
gonna
and
hang
sit
out,
around.
have
It's
a few
gonna be
drinks, yeah.
fine.
We're in our
gonna chill.
We're in our late 20s now, so our party is 5 people coming over, and we're gonna have wine and cheese.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, all right.
It's a good. Honestly,
So-
that's a good party.
I'm going to tell this story, and Joanna's gonna hate me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I've heard this story.
Continue. Because actually, I haven't heard it. I heard it secondhand, like half-assedly.
Yeah.
So for my birthday this year, Joanna threw me a party at the house.
Oh, her face
She's
is
really
like
upset
betrayal.
off camera right now.
Betrayal.
It's the funniest story about being horribly irresponsible.
Oh, yeah.
And to
Let's
be
hear it.
fair, we all take responsibility for what happened that night.
Wait, what the fuck is wrong with Jan's finger?
Quit foreshadowing and.
He's like,
He has
Run this.
orange teeth.
Okay, so what happened? Tell me what happened.
all right, so
Because I actually forget exactly.
we've been drinking pretty much all day because
That sounds right.
It's your
just
birthday, yeah.
casually. My really good friends came up from Virginia to my party. They got there kind of late, and he brought this really nice bottle of like whiskey that you sip.
Okay.
And we're all kind of drunk at this point. We're playing cards, and we're already playing a card game where if you don't get a certain amount or whatever, you have to just continually drink until you reach a certain level.
Good.
So
Right.
Joe's the last one playing. She hasn't been able to reach this level, so she's chugged like 3 beers within 10 minutes because she's
That's what happens.
she's
At
trying to play this game.
Were you just like, oh, I'm so full.
And
better
Joe had been
run
cooking
off.
all day because she was hosting the party and I was drinking, so she hadn't really eaten anything.
Good.
So she was feeling pretty good at this point.
Okay.
We didn't have any glasses to put the whiskey in, so we had shot glasses, and you're supposed to sip it, so it was just little shots of whiskey. We're all cognizant enough to like, oh, we have to sip this whiskey. Joe, my partner in life, knows that I don't do shots ever,
I've seen you
and
take Jello shots before.
I've done Jello shots,
Yeah.
Jello
That's
shots,
different,
but like
though.
actual shots make me throw up. So I get a shot, Joe gets a shot, and we're supposed to be drinking this whiskey. There's like 4 other people at the table, and Joe sees a shot in front of her and does the shot because she's like, oh, shots. Looks at me and she's like, Dylan can't do shots,
Does your shot.
does my shot.
Oh God.
Just being a good wife.
My
That's-
good friend Blair, who's pouring the shots, looks at the empty shot glasses and goes, oh, and pours more shots.
Why would she keep consuming?
To which Joanna goes, oh, shot. Does her shot.
Oh my
Shot.
God.
Does her shot. This happened at
This
least.
is how alcohol poisoning happens.
This
Yes.
happened 2 to 3 times before any of us were like, no, don't do that. And she just looked at me, smile on her face, eyes open, lights on, nobody home. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Blair was himself drunk at the time, so we had to stop Blair from pouring shots and stop Joanna from doing them. They both fell on their backs on the floor and were giggling for like 20 minutes. And we were like, okay, just
As
leave
one
them.
does.
There's
This
an
is
excellent
fine.
photo.
This is good. Yeah.
Excellent photo.
Yeah.
So eventually, we get her up off the floor. She comes and sits with me on the couch. She got her head on my shoulder, and she's just smiling at me. And I hear her do this thing. She goes, "Huh?" And I'm like,
You're like, oh no.
so I'm like, whoa, are you okay? You fine? And she's like, yep. And I'm like, you gonna throw up? She's like, no.
Oh, that means
And she
yes.
just looks up at me
means yes.
and goes, and throws up all over me. All over the couch,
Happy
my
birthday!
phone, all over. And she just continues to throw up.
And it's just like not
Continues
stopping.
to throw
And
up.
at this point, when you're that drunk, you're just like dead weight. So
Yes.
you're trying to like pick her up and bring her.
So my reaction is to just look away because I know if I look at what's happening, I'm
gonna
gonna
puke.
throw up.
Yeah.
And everybody in the
And then
house
it's just a
like
spew cocktail. Like,
Yes.
nobody wants that.
everybody springs into action. Corinne's like, okay, I got it. Tyler goes and gets paper towels. He's like, they just throw it on me. They move her off. I run to the laundry room because it's the closest place and just start stripping stuff off.
Oh my God.
Corinne's stripping Joanna in the living room, and all the guys are like,
I just gotta go somewhere else
They're
again.
like
Can't be
furiously
there.
scrubbing the couch. And so I get down to the point where I have to take my shirt off, and I'm like just throwing shit in the washer machine because I'm
yeah.
just like it all
It's
just
right
goes in
there.
the washer
That's
machine.
probably the best. Yeah, you just run that 3 or 4 times.
And it's just
to
it's just
get it all out.
covered
Running
and
it.
it's just covered in puke. So I just look at Corinne and I like try to get it up over my head and it doesn't work. So then I throw up in the washer machine.
Oh,
Me throwing up in the
Jesus.
washing machine sets Corinne off, so she runs to the
She didn't throw up in the
guest
washing
bathroom
machine too,
to
I
throw
guess.
I'm gonna spew, then you're gonna spew.
to throw up in the guest bathroom, and Joanna's like passed out in the hallway, and it took us like 10 minutes to
Jesus,
get
that-
me closed, to get Joanna closed, to put Joanna to bed.
That house had to smell
Oh, it was
Awful.
terrible.
just the worst.
It was terrible.
That's
And-
the worst
and
part
then-
about puke.
Also, your washing machine.
Yeah. We watched it.
can't-
We watched it like 4 times.
That's not just gonna go. That stays in there.
Yeah, you have to like wash it like.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
wow.
pretty bad.
That's rough.
That was
huh?
my birthday though, and
Happy
it's
birthday.
really funny now. But that was
now,
the
yeah.
last party I was at.
That's
it was,
good.
It was terrible.
So you guys want to
Let's do
Invite
some
some people
shots?
over, get some
Yeah.
whiskey, and do the thing,
Definitely.
or
Well,
what's
yeah,
up?
we got whiskey anyways. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
She's
I
so
got-
mad at me right now.
I got her to drink gin tonight.
Everybody-
She's never had it before.
It was really good. I tasted it.
Thank you.
How do you-
I
how-
could have made you one.
How do you feel about gin?
After the beer, maybe.
God damn it. She's like, fuck you guys. I hate you all. I could have made you another drink before we
come
started.
around this. How do you feel about gin?
I like gin, but I don't like whiskey anymore.
Well, I can understand why.
So it doesn't take, because to me, gin has always tasted like it's like a Christmas tree mixed with flowers, mixed with something I just don't want to put in my
Yes.
face.
It's not bad.
Well, okay.
I don't know.
I've taken shots of gin. So
Why do you take shots of gin?
Okay.
Nobody takes shots of gin.
Nobody takes shots of gin.
I was 17.
So you didn't know what you were
Dating a
doing.
boy, yes.
You didn't
I
know what you
was
were doing.
Dating a boy who I really liked.
Fine and impressed.
Which of course means I'm gonna do something fucking stupid.
That sounds right.
So
All this checks out.
there was a bunch of us hanging out, and we only had to fit the gin, and there was like 10 people.
So that's enough to get everybody slightly buzzed.
Yeah, right.
Well, at
You-
17, you were all hammered.
My boyfriend was older than me, so here was the deal. I was like,
He was 36 years old.
okay, he wasn't that old. He was like 2 years older than me. But so we all want to get drunk. So the decision was that we're all just gonna do shots. Everyone's gonna get like 2 shots worth of gin. I threw it up instantly. It did. I don't even think it made it all the way down
That's-
before it shot. Right back up.
That's so fucking gross.
All because I tried to impress a dude.
I was I went out to I went out to a bar with Isabel. Had a bunch of, she went to a school with a bunch of like French people who were
Okay.
here, which was awesome because I was just hanging out with French people all the time, and they're a
definitely.
blast. But we went out, and this one, like, we were just like buying shots, like taking turns like buying shots,
Right.
and then the one goes out and she brings back a bunch of shots, and they're all clear, and we all take them and go like salute, and we take our shots, and everybody just immediately just goes like, because you think it's vodka.
That face, though.
Yeah,
Vodka or
you
tequila.
assume.
It's one of
Right.
the two if it's clear. She got shots of gin, and we were like, "Why did you do that?" And she's like, "I don't know. I don't take shots." like you're in college and you're in your like early 20s. You should like, she was like
should at least have a better
23.
idea.
You know, like you should know at
That's
that
like
point.
me with the whiskey. I was never drinking in my life until
Until
Hey,
you got
corrupted
corrupted
her.
by
Don't blame
Dylan.
me.
corrupted her
This
is
is not
what
my
it is.
fault.
you did.
To be fair, I should have been watching her, but we were too into the card game.
It's okay.
It is what it is.
I
happens.
She was being a trooper. She was doing my shots for me, like a true partner in
I
life.
just think
Eric made me play slap the bag one time.
Did
That
he?
didn't end well.
I love you.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
doghouse.
you've never heard of slap the bag?
I've never heard
Okay,
of
I guess I have to
Yeah,
tell people.
explain slap the
Okay,
bag.
I'm in
so
so
slap
much
the
trouble.
bag. So boxed wine, you take the bag out, you chug it, and then you slap it to somebody else in the circle, and you just do this till the bag's gone.
It's a game where people just chug
just
wine.
fall
Essentially,
over.
yeah.
Pass
Okay.
out.
So the bag of wine is gone.
So
It's not a good game to play with a few people.
there was 4 of us.
Also, if I want to point out that boxed wine generally has about 3 bottles of wine in one box. So that's people just downing like a
It
bottle
was-
of wine all at once.
It was not a
essentially.
good idea. It was a very
That's
bad
terrible.
idea. The hangover was terrible, but that's not the story-worthy part. So we were fooling around,
Okay.
and halfway
Okay.
through, I had to leave the room and puke.
Now here's the question that I don't want to ask:
Go ahead, ask it.
did you continue?
No, because I started crying and passing out in the bathroom.
But he would have continued.
I don't want.
Eric, you're gross.
I totally believe you would have been like, it's fine.
Absolutely,
You do it in the
would've done
bathroom.
it.
It's fine.
You're
Yeah,
like, it's a little wine puke. It's fine.
it's
fine.
cool. No, it was
starting to get outside the door.
because he was worried about me.
That's fair.
We had been dating for I don't even think 3 months at the time when
That's
it
fair.
happened. That's almost 10 years ago.
True love prevails.
Well, apparently it does.
And now you just
Now we
tell,
just hate
tell
each
each other
other.
that you hate each other every single day, and it's adorable.
19-year-olds.
Real creepy.
I had so my first apartment, like most guys, like first apartment was just like a fucking party house, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
So we had a hi mom. So we had a Halloween. We used to have the fucking best parties back when I like had friends, you know.
Yeah,
And like you'd have like 100 goddamn people over at this tiny little apartment, and it was just like crazy,
Yep.
and it'd spill out into the parking lot, and it was like good times, right? And it was a Halloween party, and Halloween parties were the best.
Always. Always.
yeah.
Because everybody's like in ridiculous
Costume.
costumes and all
Everyone
sorts of
just
shit
goes
like
all
that.
in.
I was dressed as a member of the Residents. our friend Jeff, who he was like the old guy in the group.
Solid Jeff.
He was like in his late 30s, and we're all like 22 years old. You know?
Okay, as an adult,
Yeah.
that doesn't. No.
It's
No.
but he's still a really good guy. But anyway, he shows up as the cat and the dog are trying to fight underneath the camera.
He
right
hissed
now.
at him. It was
Our cat.
excellent.
Yeah. So anyway, Jeff shows up as the Hawaiian Punch guy. Mm-hmm. You know,
Nice.
like with the big hair, and he's
Right.
got the Hawaiian shirt on, and he's got a box wine, but the box wine he has it like made up to look like a box of Hawaiian Punch.
Right.
Cool.
And he's just drinking out of that the whole time.
Of course.
He finishes this whole thing.
Oh,
And then he
no.
also, I know I had several shots with him throughout the night.
of course.
And all I know is I woke up the next morning. There's people everywhere, you know, like kind of passed out throughout the room, you know, like you do.
Of course.
But around him, there's a good wide like open area where he has just spilled this dark red liquid all over my light beige carpet, like it is in every there was a giant red stain that did not come out. So when we left that place, we're like, fuck, we're gonna lose our like security deposit on this
Right.
apartment because we're gonna have to pay for that. So my buddy John, who was my roommate at the time, he stood like as they came to inspect it, he stood on top of that spot
the whole time.
and they just like walked around and checked stuff. They're like, all right, everything looks good. This is great. Everything is fine. And then they slept. We got our stuff back for that. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's pretty good.
That worked out really well.
It was really awkward too because he was just like he looked conspicuous just standing there.
It's just like,
Yeah.
Yep.
nothing to see here.
Yeah, it is what it is.
No.
That wasn't the Halloween.
But it
where
worked.
Your dick may or may not be on the internet.
Like,
Oh.
what?
If it's may or may not, it's
No,
definitely
that was
on the
no,
internet.
that was a
Definitely
Halloween
on the
before,
internet.
and my dick isn't on the internet.
It is absolutely
I
on the
had
internet.
For
Go
sure.
I
find
was
it.
that was the year before. I was dressed as Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Yes.
If you're familiar with the film, the scene where he had the two prostitutes in his bed, he
Right.
murders the one, he takes a bite out of another one, and then chases her down a hallway wearing nothing but sneakers. And he's got a chainsaw in his hand.
Yes.
And then he gets to the
Classic
end of the
scene.
hallway and he drops it on her and dead, right?
Right.
So in that, he's completely naked, covered in blood, with white sneakers on.
Okay.
Hilarious. I love that. So I found on the internet what amounts to essentially a rubber mask for my cock. Like it's basically like rubber like underpants that you put on with like an area to put your dick, and there's just like a big fucking rubber dick like
This
sticking
is
off the top of
horrifying.
it.
I'm horrified.
Yeah, you should be.
yeah.
I'm legit
went to-
terrified this thing
and
exists.
then
I also want to Google it.
and then I
Exact same
stood.
time.
I'll show you.
Do
I'll show you the
not-
photo
do not
afterwards.
get-
It's on my Facebook.
Google it.
And then I stood
Pause.
in my shower, and I had my ex-girlfriend just like spray me. She was like mad at me at the time because we had
Fair.
just recently broke up. We're still friends though. So she was kind of mad. So she took a little bit of aggression on me, and she just sprayed fake blood like all over me. And so I was like drenched in fake blood. I took a picture of my shower, which I don't have anymore, but it looked like someone actually got murdered in there. It was pretty good.
Should have just left it.
Yeah, it was a good night.
We
Quite
shot,
enjoyed it.
We shot a horror movie in my first townhome on base.
Uh-huh.
And we had blood, like fake blood, all over the ceiling, all over the cabinets, and it didn't come out.
No.
No,
At all.
definitely
As it
not.
turns
Did
out,
not
it's
come
red
out.
and
Yes,
stains.
it stains things. So like we were scrubbing it for hours, didn't
Mm.
come out. So when it came time for me to move out of there, I had to repaint the ceiling. I had to like chip away stuff on the cabinets because it
That's
looked
good.
like somebody was murdered. And people would come over and like be in my kitchen just talking, and then slowly like look up at the ceiling and look back at
"Something
me,
bad
and then
has
look back at the
happened
ceiling and be
here."
like, "What happened?" I'd be like, "Oh, we committed a murder in the kitchen." Like
No big
dead
deal.
face. And they'd be
deal.
like, we shot a
It's
movie.
like the last time we had people over.
Exactly. It's
Don't
fine.
worry about it. You're not gonna die.
Not tonight, anyway.
I like you enough.
Just mind your P's and Q's. That's all I'm saying.
Don't be afraid. It's
You know, put your shit in the dishwasher when you're done. Don't puke in my house. Yeah, we're good.
good.
But by the way, I'm kind of slightly on topic, but I fucking love Halloween. Like I love like the dressing up and like creating a costume and doing all that stuff. Like
See, I can see that. I'm not creative. Like, I have no creative bones in my body. So for me, I like Halloween. I don't like scary stuff though.
I love scary stuff.
See, I
why do you
know.
not like scary stuff?
I'm a
I
baby.
will
Is that
sit
gonna-
there
is that
and
gonna
watch
kill
scary
you?
stuff all day.
Nope.
All of October.
I
just
like
scary stuff.
suspenseful stuff. I don't like scary stuff. I hate blood.
What is your favorite scary movie?
I really like Pet Sematary.
Ooh, that's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a very long
I
time.
really, really like Pet Sematary. And I love all the Saw movies. As a family of like 6, we
really?
watched
You like the
all
Saw
the Saw
movies?
movies. Yeah, I liked the way they all tied into. It was a good like beginning to end. The way they ended it. I haven't seen the new one yet though, so
Really?
I don't know if they ruined it.
I saw 1, 2, and I think I saw part of 3, and I just wrote them off as like they're just murder porn. Like it doesn't.
That's what I would.
'Cause I like
I've
old-
seen one of them.
I like old horror movies where like you have a killer guy. Like they had Puzzler, was it the puzzle guy? Jigsaw? Whatever.
Jigsaw.
But he wasn't like really a killer in like the Freddy or the Jason sense.
Right.
You know, like I love those guys because they're just like such good. They're good characters in and of themselves, and
They're redoing Halloween, or they're making a new Halloween with what's her name?
they just did.
With
so they're,
Jamie Lee
so they're
Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. They're making a new one.
Oh, so it's like another
Yeah,
chapter
continuation.
with,
Another
with
chapter.
old Jamie Lee Curtis.
with all. Yep.
That's cool. I'd be
With
into it.
grown Jamie Lee Curtis.
With grown Jamie.
I've
Say
seen
that.
most of the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
I really
I haven't
liked-
seen the newer ones. I've seen the classics. I've seen the original 3 or 4.
Yeah, they're
They're
like,
okay.
I like the remakes. I will say that people didn't. The biggest critique of them was that Jason, like, he never runs. He always
he just walks.
he just walks behind you, and then he will just show up next to you. And I think there was a part where they actually showed him running, and like that like pissed people off, which I agree because
Yeah.
Jason just fucking appears. Like that's what's scary about him.
When I was a kid, Child's Play scared the crap out of me.
Yeah,
I can't handle, like, the new ones are hilarious, but like the old ones with the doll when it looks like a doll scared me so bad. And I had a Buddy doll, like not a Chucky doll, but I had a Buddy doll in my house, and I couldn't.
I did too.
I couldn't deal with it.
Same thing. Yeah.
Terrifying.
Never seen any
Terrifying.
of those. When I was younger, I went to. I didn't know what it was. I was watching the Poltergeist, and I had nightmares for.
Isn't Poltergeist a
months.
Disney movie?
No,
No, it's when
that
the
is
house
a scary movie.
Yeah, it's like when the house is like possessed by ghosts.
Oh, I'm
and
thinking of
the TV
Arachnophobia.
part.
Isn't Arachnophobia a Disney movie?
No.
No, that's not a scary movie.
No.
Fucking, I don't know.
I don't like
These are
scary
movies I
movies.
saw back like as a kid
Yeah.
back in the day. And
I
they were just,
love
like, whatever.
the original It. The new one was pretty good too.
That was
But-
amazing. That was
I
really
like
good.
that. It was
Actually wanted
fantastic.
to
Yeah.
watch that. Like, 'cause
I've
I
seen it
know
like
it's
4
supposed to
times.
be good.
And I've made Joe watch it all 4 times, and she hates me
And she's
so,
just,
so
she doesn't
much.
sleep.
If you could see her face right now, it's fantastic.
So you're really
now
so this is
hears-
okay. So the name of this podcast is the one where Dylan
Where we
pisses
piss
off
off
Joe.
Joe.
Where I piss
Yeah.
off Joe.
The one where Joe hates
That's
us.
good. Yeah, that's good. You know what movie really scared me as a kid? Have you ever seen Labyrinth?
Nope.
Yes.
By
I've
the
seen
way,
Labyrinth.
one of my favorite movies of all time is Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
But the scene that terrified the shit out of me as a kid was when she gets to like that junkyard area and that weird old lady Muppet
Yes.
is like she's like, you'll need this, dearie, and she puts it on there like, you need this because it's your daddy, and she like puts it, and she just starts like getting weighed down by all of her possessions,
she's just a
and like
creepy-
the metaphor
creepy
is
character.
thick. But as a kid, I'm just like, this is creepy, and I don't like it. You know?
When I was a kid, you know Dumbo, when he gets drunk off the whatever's
Yeah,
in the
and it
soap
starts getting
bucket,
all psychedelic.
And it's psychedelic, that scared the crap out of me. I could not watch that part of Dumbo for the longest time.
What do you think of Fantasia then?
I
'Cause
hate it.
I
Fantasia
didn't
was a
like
lot of
Fantasia
trippy
either.
stuff, too.
Yeah, no, I didn't like
I
Fantasia
hated
either.
Fantasia.
Fantasia's terrifying, especially to a small child.
Yep.
Just like that part in Dumbo is terrifying to a small child.
I don't remember that part. Maybe I
Because
blacked
it's
it out.
scary.
He,
Yeah,
like what
just
is,
like
he's at like
for
the
past
carnival,
memories.
and then he like drinks booze or something.
yeah,
like,
because they're pouring like alcohol into the water
It's
bucket,
been since I
and
was
then
a
so
child
he drinks
since
the
I saw
water,
this.
and there's like a creepy song that plays. It's just terrible.
What's weird is that's in a kids movie. I mean, it was made in like what the 40s, but
Dumbo's
like
real old, yeah.
but like imagine like that they wouldn't do that in a kids
No,
movie these
no.
days. You know?
Speaking of creepy things that are in kids' movies, so have you seen Fern Gully?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the whole song where the lizard's gonna eat the guy, and you're like, this is a creepy ass song because he's trying to eat him. Like that makes me physically uncomfortable when I watch that song.
Yeah.
In Moana, there's the same type of thing with the crab that's trying to eat her. And I get really physically like have
Anxious.
issues with it because it worries me.
So
It freaks
what if
me
there
out.
was?
part in Fern Gully was the sludge monster coming up out of the.
Ooh,
That-
Hexus!
Still to this day, I
But
get
Tim
nightmares.
Curry was fantastic.
What? It was amazing. But it
Wait, Tim Curry was Ferngully? I seriously,
Yeah.
last time I saw it, I was a child. I didn't know who Tim Curry
He
was.
was
Yeah.
he's the smoke monster guy,
Cool.
and you can
I
tell
don't
because of
even
how
remember-
he
I don't
laughs.
remember the smoke monster in the movie.
I don't either.
I love Tim Curry though.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, bro.
I really
Yeah, it's
think I
basically
blocked.
Avatar is Pocahontas and Ferngully had a baby. That's what
And
Avatar
a little
is.
bit of Dances with Wolves
A
mixed
little
in
bit
there.
of Dances
Yeah,
with
it's all, but it's garbage. You know, James Cameron is wanting to make like 6 of those fucking movies.
How the fuck are they gonna
I don't
do
know.
that?
It's gonna be. It's like somebody tell James Cameron to go make more movies about how he's scared of water because those are all really good.
Yeah.
Like
Fair.
stop making movies about fucking blue cat people. They're not.
Blue cat people.
It's not good. That's what they are. They're blue cat people. They're not good.
Avatar is like my best friend's favorite movie.
Your best friend has bad taste in movies. Yes. You have bad taste in movies.
Avatar's not good.
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous. Like the cinematography is beautiful.
Yeah.
The movie itself is fucking horrible.
I had an issue with the fact that they ripped off the storyline from a bunch of different movies and
Yeah.
they just made
It's
it.
not an
It's
original
just a
idea.
fucking, yeah, it's a hippie fucking movie, and it wasn't all that good. And
can't believe they're
Unobtainium, like I
making
actually
more.
laughed out loud. You know what's fucked up is
Unobtainium.
when that movie came out, because everybody was like, "Dude, that movie's so good," and I went and saw it. Excuse me, I went and saw it, and I was just like, "This isn't very good. I don't get it." And my buddy was like, "Dude, did you see it in 3D?" I was like, "No, I didn't want to pay for the 3D."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Bro, James Cameron made a camera that's like made just for the 3D. You have to see it. That's what makes it amazing. It's so cool." And I was like, "Fine, I'll go back and see."
So you watched it twice.
I watched that fucker twice. I paid
God.
$9 the first time, $14 fucking the second time. Not only that, I took a girl with me both times, so it was like I paid double that,
Yeah.
and it still sucked. And like after 15 minutes in the fucking movie, you forget that it's 3D. That's why 3D sucks, is because you're like, "Oh, that's really neat," and then you start watching the movie, and it doesn't happen anymore.
No, it gives me
Tycho's
headaches.
drinking water.
I
It scared me.
hate 3D movies. I get migraines from them.
Really?
Yeah,
I can't watch them.
I don't like it either.
Sorry, Tycho. Later.
Come on, bud.
I literally jumped. I was like, "What is that?"
He's trying to go back.
Well, you're scaring him. Now he's running to Papa.
He
Oh,
ran
whatever,
with his
as long
tail
as it's
between
not
his legs.
drinking.
Yeah. But
Buddy.
No. Yeah, I don't get 3D either.
So you made how many like you were doing filmmaking and stuff like that before you were in the army?
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure. I've been doing it since I was like 10 years old.
That's kind of awesome. What got you started with that? You just
I don't know. I loved movies. My parents, instead of watching, like, I watched Disney movies, don't get me wrong. I watched Barney, I watched all that. But my mom would, like, sit down with me and watch John Hughes movies, or I would sit and have hours and hours of marathons of Planet of the Apes with my dad. So, like, I got into movies really, really young. And then my dad had a video camera, so he'd let me play around with that. And then I got my first one when I graduated, I think it was, like, 6th grade or something. And I used to edit, like, on VHS. I'd have it plugged in to, like, record the VHS. And then stop it, and then rewind to where I needed it, start
God.
it again,
Oh my
like
God.
crazy.
just doing it that way to like.
I know.
I mean, that's how you had to do it back. You know.
I made music videos with putting the headphones to my Walkman up to the mic of the
That sounded really good.
of the camera. Oh yeah, it was pretty good. I still have them. They're terrible, but also
terrible.
I
hilarious.
think in my junior year of high school, I took a class where we did something like that, and me and my friends recreated the video for Beastie Boys Sabotage. And I had a 1979 Chrysler LeBaron, and we made that up to look like a cop car. There was like a big fucking sled car, and it actually looked.
It's passable.
I mean,
for sure.
yeah, passable, but like still fucking terrible.
Oh, definitely.
You know. And then for some reason, like, there's just random footage of us playing music because we're like, yeah, we're cool, you know. And it's like it doesn't match up to anything.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
It's so bad. I think that's the first thing I ever made. Was back then.
I made a music video to 1985 by Bowling for Soup, and it was at a sleepover with all my
Jesus
friends.
Christ, Bowling for
Yeah.
Soup. Oh my God.
Hey, that is my second favorite band.
I'm just
Don't
it's
you
a band from
Dylan.
2002 that I forgot about.
Don't
that's
you
all.
speak
Christ.
bad about my Bowling for Soup. I adore them.
Also, yeah, your second favorite band. All right.
Train is my favorite band. Nothing touches Train.
Take issue with all of this.
I know. But we made a music video at a sleepover with all of my friends that were on my dance team. So we had them dancing on the table. We played with like fake instruments. And my mom saw it later and she was like, "You had like 7 girls on my island barefoot." And I was like,
Like, no.
sorry.
And I
Mom.
made dinner on that the next day.
Exactly.
You son of a bitch.
It was hilarious. No, those were good times. I miss
That's
it.
kind of awesome. Because that's like what I like about that stuff though. Like looking back, we just had fun. Like I don't know what the fuck I was
Yeah.
doing. You know, like now it's just like, oh, we don't break 180. We have to make sure that we like get all of our angles and get your cut in and all this stuff so we can like edit it all together and coherent. No, it was just like. Me playing drums is cool. Let's throw that in there, and then like,
It was wonderful and terrible, and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
all around.
exactly. It was more innocent and fun and pure.
Can we just cut to right now in the podcast you playing drums?
Yes,
We can probably find footage of that. Yeah.
definitely.
Look, you're editing this. That shit's on YouTube.
No, I have all my videos. I have all of them.
Do you really?
Yes.
That's so cool. Like, I would actually really like to see some of that stuff.
Oh, they're fantastic. I think they're actually on YouTube, like on an old one that I've had a long time ago.
I'm gonna find this shit.
Yeah, we'll find that. That's
Please find this and link it in the
It's
comments.
buried somewhere in
that's
YouTube.
getting
I
posted.
promise.
Yeah, that's getting
I promise
posted to the
it's
Discord for sure.
It's happening, people.
Definitely.
You excited for D&D tonight?
Oh my god, I've wanted to play D&D
Are you
for
excited for
weeks.
D&D tonight?
Am I gonna get to play? Am I playing? I didn't even know
I thought
playing.
it's gonna be 5
It's
of
gonna
us
be all of
playing.
us?
Let's
I'm
do
so
it, yeah.
stoked.
Yay!
I mean, I don't know. I'm not the fucking DM.
I
can't
talk
make
to
a call
random
on
people
that,
about
but-
D&D now. I'll stop people and be like, "Do you guys play D&D? I play D&D now."
And there's
like,
people
I
who
got
are
new
like,
dice,
"Fuck
and they're
no."
like, "What the? Are you a fucking nerd?" And I'm like, "Yes,
I
I
am
am now.
actually.
I'm converted.
converted."
I'm
Yes.
converted to nerddom.
Oh my god, I gotta show you a meme I found the other day. I meant to put it in the Discord. I'll have to show you that.
Yes. Oh my god, the meme.
I will
That's not
post
even
it
a
in
meme.
the Discord so you guys can see it too,
Yes.
because that's kind of a dick move of me not to.
There's a photo of the doctor that I put in our Discord.
Yes, I
where
saw
he's
that.
just like kind of looking at the Sonic, like, and I'm like, this is me the entire time we're playing D&D, like, Firebolt. I use Firebolt inside a
so-
tiny room. Firebolt.
Yeah, why not? That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's heating up. I'm getting excited by it. And this is like,
This should be the season finale.
yeah, the season finale for that. I think we'll take a little bit of a break and then we'll come back and
I got new dice for the second.
yeah, and
Because you forgot them at home.
She doesn't know what's happening.
oh Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't
So-
watch.
So
I didn't watch
when,
the last episode.
When we last, what happened last time?
So we were going through the area.
yeah, so you were there when we were in the mansion or the place,
Yes,
right? And then
and
we
then-
went.
Kicked me in the nuts until I passed out.
Yeah, kick Jam in the nuts till they passed out.
That
and
was
then we went,
innovation.
Then we went downstairs
Just so
and we
everybody
were,
knows.
you know,
Yes.
we were in
the dungeon. Yeah,
so we went
that's
through a
where I
dungeon. We
stopped.
looted a bunch of shit. There was one boring
Oh,
episode where we looted a
we
bunch of
literally
shit.
looted for an
Honestly, you can
hour.
skip that episode because that one's kind of boring.
Oh, we did get a cat.
Jam
Jam
got a cat.
named Slim Jim.
Jam got a cat named Slim Jim. We just
That's
found it
awesome.
and we just started feeding it food and now it's following us.
No, it loves
Fantastic.
us. It's
For
good.
all we know, it's like the Dark Lord polymorphed or something. Oh yeah,
Probably.
there's a cult of people they keep like or something or like a bunch of people with robes.
The
They're
Dark
all-
Lord
they're all-
will rise again.
yeah.
Something like that.
It sounds like Harry Potter.
We ended up
It
going
does.
into this chamber where we ended up in a room where there was
Okay.
a statue of what looked like we all assumed is the Dark Lord, and he's carrying like this gray orb. We find a wall,
Wait,
like a false wall.
You touched the orb.
Give it a second. Get there. We found a false wall. We're like, cool. We break through. We see a tunnel into the place where there's like, that's where the people chanting are. We're like, cool. And I'm like, this is gonna be more interesting if I touch the orb. So I just went back and I touched the orb.
I'm sure that did not end well.
Well,
No,
like
of course
7
not.
fucking specters just come out of nowhere.
Thank God I have a
Surrounding
decent
me.
power, and I got to get rid of most of them. God.
It was a good
I
time.
would have used Firebolt.
And it was really one of those things where I'm like, this is a terrible idea, but I know it's gonna be entertaining, so I
Right.
did.
I'm gonna do it
Fair.
anyways.
And then I went down, I got back up, we killed the things, and now we're going into the chamber where the Dark
The
Lord
Dark
is.
You guys were at the top of the pillar. What happened?
At the top of the pillar?
Yeah, you guys went down into the chamber. You climbed up.
We went up to the top of the
One
pillar.
last thing was cancer.
Take old bud. Oh, the cat just attacked the dog.
Go put him in the fucking room.
That is a scary,
Out.
scary cat.
It's okay, bud.
And that's what happened at the last.
How many? Let me ask you. How many times has that happened on camera?
So many.
That's like 3 or 4 times. We've cut
Every
it out
time
of
it
things.
happens.
This gave me a fucking heart attack.
Take old bud. It's okay.
Anyways, it was you guys climbed to the top of the like kind of pyramid thing in the center, and they chanted, "One must die."
Oh yeah, one
Oh,
must
yeah.
die. One must die.
I'm not gonna
All I'm
die.
saying is,
I'm
if
gonna
we have to sacrifice something,
It's gonna be
we're
jam.
gonna be breaking Jam's heart, but I'm gonna kill that fucking cat.
I'm gonna kill my fucking cat.
I might.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna kill the cat.
The cat is absolutely gonna
All
die.
right, so anyway, speaking of D&D, we got to get to that because we were filming the last episode nowishly. So we're gonna wrap this up, and then we're gonna reset all this stuff, and then D&D will happen, and it's gonna be great.
Tell a little bit about that real quick.
Oh, the thing we're doing.
The thing we're doing?
fort.
Exactly, we're doing what we're doing. The thing
We built a fort.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
built
as you may have noticed this week, there wasn't much on the BRB content front. We still had our Sammie Kohn content coming out. But that's because we're kind of retooling some things. As you can see, we may or may not be filming in a kitchen right now.
Maybe
that
not.
sucks.
It's definitely not a kitchen.
Definitely not my kitchen.
It's a dining room.
It's a dining room. Yeah, attached to a kitchen right there. We're gonna try to change that. We have plans in place right now. Money has been spent. Schematics have been drawn. There is tape on the floor. We are trying to build a proper set with proper lighting and proper audio and all the good stuff, so that it looks more like an official professional set here. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring you ever increasing mediocre content.
Yeah.
slightly less mediocre,
Solid.
slightly more
We're gonna make it
on the
look
better
nicer.
side. Yeah.
Nothing if not
Thank
awesome.
you for your
so that-
support, because you guys are the reason why there's money for this project.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Even though Sammie Kohn's advertisement, the other one. If you saw advertisements on this video, we didn't get any of that. That was all YouTube.
Yeah, sorry.
So anyway, that's kind of what we're doing. We've been spending a lot of time working with that. We also just upped our camera gear, and I'm super excited about that. I got a new toy. That's why.
Yes. And you should also be
The
excited.
new toy was delivered here, and I had to sign for it, and nobody told me.
So
I almost said sign for it. I wasn't going to answer the door because they never answer it.
I told him to. All right, whatever.
He doesn't tell me shit.
Yeah, it makes sense. So
Communications
anyway, we're gonna.
Wait, Jim's camera was coming last Thursday.
Oh my god, seriously?
So anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for joining. Dylan, your first episode. Glad you were here.
Glad to be
I
here.
embarrassed the shit out of Joe. It went great.
Yeah,
That's what I do when I panic.
yeah. Let's go play some D&D.
Yes.
Bye.
So excited. Bye.